Hi, and thank you for joining us today for this webinar on invoice processing accelerated. We're delighted to bring you this webinar. My name is Martin Nekev, and I'm the Account Director at Zetadocs, and I'm joined by my colleague Kieran Bandel, who is our Customer Success Manager. If you have any questions about what you see during the webinar, please pop them into the chat and we will take some time to answer these at the end. So let's go ahead and get started.
So let's look at the agenda for today. First, we'll have a look at some of the reasons why you should automate your accounts payable process in this current climate. Next, we will discuss the benefits of automating your AP process with the reference to our own product, Zetadocs Capture AP Automation. Then we'll get into the bit you've all been waiting for, to see the software in action with a demonstration. Then finally, we'll discuss the next steps following this webinar. Before we dive into all of that, let's first define what we mean by AP automation. AP automation, or accounts payable automation, refers to using technology to streamline the process of managing and paying supplier invoices. AP automation aims to improve efficiency, reduce errors, enhance compliance, and save time and resources in the accounts payable process. It can lead to better financial management and help organizations maintain strong supplier relationships by ensuring timely and accurate payments. As a Business Central customer, you're likely to be aware that Business Central does not offer AP automation. However, there are several third-party AP automation add-ons that fill in this gap, including our own Zetadocs Capture. These vary in level of integration, range of features, and simplicity of use, which is why it is important to consider your options and find the best one for your business.
So why should businesses automate their AP processes now? Many of our customers are already in the process of automating their AP processes, and those who haven't yet adopted automation are missing out on valuable opportunities. Some of the trends driving this adoption include AI and machine learning technologies are becoming integral to AP automation, enhancing tasks such as automatic invoice data extraction, fraud detection, and predictive analytics. These innovations streamline payment processes, improving accuracy and efficiency whilst reducing manual work. Cloud-based AP automation solutions are increasingly favored for their flexibility and scalability. They facilitate remote access, eliminating the need for extensive on-site hardware, and offer seamless integration with other software, making them a convenient choice for modernizing AP processes. Organizations are embracing AP automation to bolster their environmental sustainability efforts. By curbing paper usage and promoting digital workflows, they aim to minimize their ecological footprint while enhancing operational efficiency in their AP processes. And lastly, in response to the growing emphasis on data security and privacy, AP automation solutions are reinforcing their security protocol to safeguard sensitive financial information effectively. So now let's look into some of the benefits of automating your AP process. Automation plays a pivotal role in enhancing the accuracy of financial processes. By automating tasks such as data entry and invoice matching, organizations significantly mitigate the risk of human errors. This not only ensures the precision of financial transactions, but also minimizes the potential for costly mistakes that can lead to discrepancies, payment delays, or even compliance issues. This leads to dependable financial transactions, which are a key part of a stable and reliable accounts payable process. It enables faster processing. Automation speeds up invoice processing and approval workflows, leading to quicker payments and better management of cash flow. Additionally, it eliminates the common bottlenecks and delays that manual processes often encounter. These can include delays in invoice routing, manual data entry errors, and inefficiencies in approval workflows. By automating these tasks, organizations can streamline their accounts payable operations and reduce processing times. AP automation reduces manual labor and paper usage, which leads to substantial cost savings. This streamlined approach minimizes processing errors, ensuring financial accuracy and efficiency. Moreover, it prevents late payment fees by facilitating on-time payments while capitalizing on early payment discounts, further enhancing cost effectiveness. One major advantage of implementing AP automation is that it saves the finance team's time, enabling them to dedicate their efforts to creative and value-driven tasks unique to humans, ultimately resulting in increased job satisfaction. By automating accounts payable processes, employees are relieved from engaging in tedious, repetitive activities like data entry, leading to heightened productivity and greater employee contentment. So before we proceed with the demonstration, let's take a moment to explore Zetadocs Capture AP Automation and highlight some specific advantages. This solution employs advanced document capture technology driven by artificial intelligence to extract data from purchase invoices and seamlessly input this data into Business Central. Notably, it requires no setup of vendor templates and becomes more intelligent with increased usage. Zetadocs Capture also automates the matching of line-level data among purchase invoices, purchase orders, and receipts, ensuring that payments are authorized only after the receipts of goods or services. This provides instant visibility into related orders and receipts. Additionally, this solution streamlines your AP approval workflow by presenting file copies of purchase invoices and delivery notes during the approval process within Business Central. The original vendor documents are securely archived on Microsoft 365 SharePoint Online, making them accessible organization-wide. While Zetadocs Capture Essentials and Capture Plus include the AP automation solution, it's important to note that there is a per document processing cost of 30 cents or 20 pence per document, regardless of the document's page count. So now for the exciting bit, the demonstration. I'll hand you over to our program manager, David Cole, to take you through it.
Sure, thanks, Martin. So when using Zetadocs AP Automation, all the work is done by the finance team using a document queue within Business Central, as you can see now. So this queue essentially is a list of all the invoices that you've received in from your vendors or suppliers, in which multiple people within a finance team can work through and process these invoices. So there's a number of options around how you get these invoices onto the system, but the way we'd recommend and the easiest way is for us to automatically pull the invoices that you receive from your suppliers from a particular mailbox. So if you have a particular mailbox they all come into, then Zetadocs can pull those invoices through automatically and place them in this queue. Once they're in this queue, it's simply a case of selecting the invoice that you want to process, and Zetadocs then does the work for you to extract the data from the invoice so that you don't have to manually rekey up. And in a moment, you'll see the Zetadocs preview screen appear, which will show you the information that Zetadocs has captured. Now, this smart invoice capture is all being done by Microsoft Forms Recognizer Cloud Service, which is ready to use as soon as you've installed the Zetadocs service with no need to create templates for each of your vendors. So now here you see the preview screen appear, where on the right-hand side here, we've got a view of the original invoice we've received from our supplier. And on the left-hand side here is a view of all the information that's been captured. And the idea here is that the finance person has the opportunity to check that they're happy with what's been captured and to make any amendments that may or may not need to be made. So at the header level here, you can see we've picked up a vendor name, we've picked up the date, we've picked up the subtotal that's on the invoice, and it's all looking good. Now, in this case, the vendor here is populated for us because we found a match between the vendor name we've picked up and that in Business Central. But if it wasn't, then it would simply be a case of selecting it from the list here. And you would only need to do that once because the next time round, Zetadocs would remember any mappings that you set on this screen. If we look at the line levels here, you can see we've got a handful of lines where the unit cost, quantities, etc. have all been picked up as we would expect. For 4 of these items, we've previously purchased these, and Zetadocs is remembering the information that's been set on these lines, i.e. the GL accounts that we've mapped them to. But there's actually an item here that we have purchased for the first time, and so we haven't got a previous mapping for that. So we need to enter that manually in this case, but as I said previously with the vendor, when you set these mapping once on this screen, Zetadocs will remember that going forward. So now that we're happy with all this information that's been captured and made the changes that we needed to make, we can simply go ahead and click OK, and Zetadocs will now get a new purchase invoice created in Business Central for us with all this information entered automatically for you. And there you can see all the information on the purchase invoice, and on the right-hand side here, we've got the Zetadocs fact box, which contains a copy of the original vendor invoice for easy retrieval later if needed. So here on screen again, then you see the Zetadocs preview screen where we've got an invoice that's come in from a supplier which is based off a PO. And you can see in this case, we do actually have a PO on the invoice. And again, you've got the preview screen here with the information that's been pulled through. But in this case, we don't need to spend much time on this screen because we want to jump to the stage of matching these lines through to the relevant PO. And we can do that by clicking on the button on the top left here to take us to the Zetadocs order matching screen. And what Zetadocs has done here is automatically match the invoice lines we've got here to the relevant purchase order lines. It only matches to the purchase order lines that have been receipted. And you can see here that a couple of the lines have been matched fully, as shown by the green highlighting. And for some of the other lines in the yellow highlighting here, there's a partial match, i.e. we've got, for example, 8 on the purchase order line here as a quantity, and only 4 on this line, because obviously it looks like it's being invoiced in a couple of different stages. And at the top here, we've got useful information where it's saying that we've got 0 remaining to be matched because we've matched the full value of this invoice. So with that, we're all happy that the matching has been done, and we can click close here to go back to the invoice preview screen. And the thing you'll notice here is that, first of all, we've added a comment line here to reference the purchase order that we've matched these lines back to. And you'll also notice here that all the lines here have now been mapped to the relevant item in Business Central for us. And this is all done based off the purchase order that we're linking to. And it will also set the description here as per the PO if it's different from what came in from the vendor invoice. And again, there we can just click OK, and Zetadocs will go ahead and create a new purchase invoice in Business Central for us. And as we saw previously, all the information is entered automatically for us, and a copy of the original vendor document is available in the fact box here if we wanted it. So here you can see an unposted purchase invoice that Zetadocs has created and has been submitted for approval. And the person responsible for approving now has easy access to the original document that we received from the vendor, alongside, of course, all the information that was extracted from that invoice. And they can easily click on that to view that document that's stored on SharePoint. And they can then make their decision to approve or otherwise the document. And with that, I will pass you back over to Kieran.
Thanks, David, for that insightful demo. Before we move on, let's have a look at one of our customer testimonials. Tina Montgomery from Apple Roofing said, "I love it. Zetadocs speeds up our accounts payable process, especially when we have invoices with multiple lines and pages." So what are the next steps following this webinar? Visit our website at zetadocs.com to find further information and discover our resources. Check out our YouTube channel to find demonstrations, short feature videos, and further content on Zetadocs Capture AP Automation. Just type in Equisys or Equisys Ltd to the search bar. Don't forget to book a free personalised demo. This will provide the opportunity for you to see the full range of features Zetadocs Capture AP Automation offers, tailored to your needs, and provide the chance for you to ask questions directly. We will be contacting attendees in the next few days to get your feedback and see if you would like to arrange a demo. Lastly, we'll be offering a 1-month free trial after this webinar if you would like to try out Zetadocs Capture AP Automation for yourself. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's webinar. Our emails are shown on the screen if you would like to contact us. Please don't forget to book your personalised demo, and thanks again for watching. So we've had a few questions come in, so I'll start with the first one. So are invoices stored in SharePoint or within Business Central?
The invoices are stored within SharePoint, however, they're accessible directly from within Business Central or from within SharePoint as well.
So the next question we've got is, are the customers charged per document or per page?
So the document processing fee is only per document. It doesn't matter how many pages there are in a document, it's only for each separate document.
And our next question is, do you handle partial matching of the PO?
Yes, this is fully possible with Zetadocs AP Automation. If you'd like to see this in action, please do reach out for a personalized demonstration.
And the next question we've got is, do you have to upload invoices individually?
Invoices can either be uploaded individually, or you can automate this process by linking them to a specified mailbox from which these will link directly into the Business Central document queue. And every time an invoice appears in this mailbox, they will then appear in the document queue directly after that.
So it looks like we've come to the end of the webinar. But if you guys have any other questions, then please feel free to leave them in the chat box and someone will get back to you as soon as possible.